It was the year 1973, deep within the mysterious jungles of Peru, where an ambitious research expedition was underway, led by a determined scientist named Constance Webb. Even though she was pregnant, her spirit burned bright with purpose. She had come in search of a rare species of spider, rumored to possess a venom with extraordinary healing powers. According to her research, its poison could cure incurable human diseases, and even enhance physical strength beyond imagination. To Constance, this spider was more than a discovery. It was hope itself, a possible miracle for humanity. As she explored the dense forest, she spoke passionately to her companion Sims, explaining that ancient legends told of a tribe in these same jungles whose people were stronger, faster, and more resilient than ordinary humans, all thanks to these sacred spiders. But Sims dismissed her words as fantasy, laughing at her belief. Annoyed and doubtful, Sims left Constance alone in the wilderness and returned to camp. There, he came across Constance's notes and was shocked to find detailed research confirming everything she had claimed. The evidence was undeniable. Realizing she might be right, he photographed all her notes for himself and decided to go after her. But before he could, Constance returned to camp, shouting joyfully that she had found the spider she'd been searching for. Her face glowed with triumph as she held up a glass jar containing the spider that could heal any human and possibly unlock immense power. Yet, before she could celebrate further, Sims suddenly pulled out his gun and shot the two team members dead. Horrified, Constance demanded to know why, but Sims stepped forward coldly and told her to hand over the jar. He declared that the spider's power belonged to him alone. Terrified and confused, Constance tried to protect her discovery, but in the struggle, Sims's gun fired again. The bullet hit her. Wounded and in pain, she collapsed, clutching her belly. Sims, heartless and greedy, snatched the jar from her hands and left her to die alone. As Constance lay bleeding, the mysterious tribe she had spoken of appeared, rescuing her and carrying her deep into a cave where a sacred pond shimmered under the dim light. The tribe's leader explained that the spider's venom could save her. But before the ritual could begin, Constance went into labor. In that sacred cave, surrounded by webs of light, she gave birth to a baby girl, Cassie Webb. Moments later, Constance's strength faded. The tribe's leader promised her dying spirit, "When your daughter returns here seeking answers, I will be waiting." The scene then shifts 30 years into the future. Cassie Webb has grown up into a courageous young woman working as a paramedic in New York. She saves lives daily alongside her partner Ben, who invites her to his brother's baby shower. After work, Cassie returns home and, as she does every night, opens her late mother's old suitcase filled with research notes and memories. While lost in her thoughts, she receives an emergency call. A severe car crashed near a city bridge. Cassie rushes to the site, rescues a trapped man from a half-hanging car, but before she can climb out, the car slips and plunges into the river. Underwater, Cassie sees shimmering webs of light surrounding her, the same mystical web of life her mother once studied. In those webs, she witnesses flashes of her future moments before she awakens. Suddenly, Ben pulls her from the water, telling her she was submerged for 3 minutes. When he checks her vitals, Cassie's oxygen level mysteriously rises from 79 to 89, and the same moment seems to repeat. She experiences déjà vu, confused. She brushes it off and continues with her day. Meanwhile, Sims, now older and a wealthy industrialist, wakes up from a terrifying dream. In his sleep, he sees 3 young girls in spider-like suits attacking and killing him. The dream terrifies him because, decades ago, after stealing the spider, he had injected himself with its venom, gaining the ability to glimpse the future. But his visions haunt him. He sees 3 women destined to end his life. Determined to prevent that prophecy, Sims vows to find and kill the 3 before they gain their powers. That night, he seduces a female cybersecurity officer to obtain the access codes for a new global face recognition software. After getting what he wants, he injects venom through his hands and kills her. Back in New York, Cassie attends Ben's brother's baby shower. As guests play a guessing game about the baby's gender, Cassie blurts out the exact words another woman was about to say, moments she had already foreseen. Everyone looks at her strangely. Later, during another emergency, Cassie tries to save a coworker but watches in horror as the exact accident she envisioned unfolds before her eyes. The realization dawns: she can see future events before they happen. That night, she witnesses a bird's death before it happens, then prevents it, realizing she can also change the future. Determined to understand this power, She confides in Ben, but before she can explain, destiny brings her face to face with Sims. Sims, tracking potential threats through hacked security cameras, identifies 3 young girls resembling those from his recurring nightmares. He decides to kill them before they mature into his killers. Meanwhile, Cassie boards a subway train where she encounters those same 3 girls, Anya, Julia, and Maddie. When she looks into their faces, she instantly sees visions of their deaths, at the hands of Sims himself, disguised in a spider suit, approaching through the next car. Acting on instinct, Cassie rushes the girls off the train, just in time as Sims arrives. They flee through the underground tunnels, but the police mistake Cassie for a kidnapper and arrest her. Sims attacks the station in his spider suit, causing chaos. Taking advantage of the confusion, Cassie escapes with the girls, steals a taxi, and drives away, evading Sims for now. While hiding, Cassie learns that each girl is an orphan with no family nearby. News channels now label her as a kidnapper, with police and Sims both pursuing her. To protect them, she takes them far from the city, to the jungles of Peru, where no cameras or satellites can track them. Once there, the girls, confused and scared, question why she brought them. Cassie finally reveals that she can see the future and has seen their deaths. One of the girls, Maddie, laughs in disbelief, but Julia mentions that their pursuer moved like a spider, crawling across walls. Cassie freezes. The exact details from her mother's research flash through her mind. She leaves the girls hidden and returns home to study her mother's notes. In them, she discovers the truth about the spider tribe. Their descendants possess enhanced agility, foresight, and healing powers. She also finds an old photo of her mother with Sims, realizing he was part of her mother's research team, the same man now hunting the girls. Meanwhile, hungry and restless, the girls disobey her and go into a nearby town for food. Sims's hackers quickly locate them through surveillance feeds. Cassie races back to find them missing, tracks their footprints to a local cafe, and arrives just in time to see Sims attacking. But before he can kill them, Cassie's vision shifts. She realizes this is a premonition of the future. In that moment, she knows what's coming and prepares to change fate. Cassie snaps out of her vision, determined to stop Sims before he murders the girls. Following her instincts, she drives toward the cafe, crashing her car through the window to knock Sims off balance and rescue the 3 girls. She speeds away with them as Sims recovers, furious. His hacker soon discovers Cassie's identity. She is Constance Webb's daughter, the child who was saved by the spider tribe decades ago. Cassie hides the girls in a motel, but struggles with the responsibility of protecting them. She considers leaving them with the police, but Anya's immigration status makes that impossible. So she keeps them close. That night, Cassie dreams again, or so she believes. In her vision, Sims appears, explaining that he wants to kill the girls because they will one day possess the same powers as her mother's tribe and will be the ones to kill him. When Cassie wakes, she realizes the dream was a premonition warning her of what's to come. The next morning, she trains the girls to defend themselves. She explains Sims's venomous power. He can paralyze and kill anyone he touches. She teaches them CPR and survival skills, preparing them for the inevitable confrontation. Cassie decides to return to Peru to uncover the full truth about Sims and her powers. Deep in the rainforest, she meets the tribe's ancient leader, the same figure who once saved her mother. The leader tells her, "You have come seeking answers." He takes her to the sacred pond, where she was born and her mother died. When Cassie questions why her mother risked everything, the leader touches her forehead, and her soul slips into the web of life. She's transported to her mother's memories, witnessing the tragic truth. Before Cassie was born, doctors had told Constance her baby had a terminal illness and would not survive beyond 6 months. Desperate to save her unborn child, Constance sought the spider's healing venom. Understanding this at last, Cassie breaks down in tears, realizing her mother's love drove her to the jungle, not obsession. The leader brings her back, telling her that her vision power is just the beginning. Through the web of life, she can exist in multiple places at once, see across timelines, and even change fate itself. These abilities, he says, will reveal themselves in moments of crisis. Meanwhile, back in New York, Sims grows more impatient. Cassie, before leaving, had entrusted the girls to Ben, but when Ben's sister-in-law goes into labor, they take her to the hospital, unknowingly exposing themselves to the city's surveillance again. Sims's hacker locates them instantly. Cassie, sensing danger through her foresight, sees the girls ambushed on the road. She races to intercept them, hijacks an ambulance, and reaches them just in time. Using her powers, she predicts Sims's every move, saving the girls from a bombing attempt. Sims throws an explosive at their vehicle, but Cassie crashes into him with the ambulance, causing the bomb to detonate under another car. She speeds away with the girls, but Sims climbs onto the roof of the moving ambulance. Cassie orders Anya to grab a defibrillator and shock the roof, electrocuting Sims and sending him tumbling off. The chase continues until the ambulance stalls near an underpass beside a fireworks factory. Cassie envisions the next 5 minutes of the future and sets up a plan. She calls for a rescue helicopter using an emergency radio, positioning it near the factory roof. Inside, she and the girls rig the fireworks to create traps. When Sims storms in, explosions distract him as Cassie leads the girls to the rooftop. The helicopter descends, ready to lift them out, but Sims catches up. To protect them, Cassie fights him alone. They battle fiercely atop a metal tower, trading blows as Sims injects venom into her veins. Weak and gasping, Cassie hears the leader's voice echo in her mind. You can be in many places at once. Summoning her full power, Cassie channels the web of life and creates multiple versions of herself across time and space. Each copy rushes to save one of the trapped girls. Seeing this, Sims panics, trying to strike her down, but Cassie uses her foresight to lure him into the exact spot where she had foreseen his death. A massive steel billboard collapses onto him, trapping and crushing him beneath its weight. Finally, Sims is dead, and the prophecy is fulfilled. But the victory comes at a cost. The collapsing structure sends Cassie falling into the river below. The 3 girls dive in after her, pulling her to shore, but she isn't breathing. Using the CPR techniques Cassie taught them, they revive her. Her heart begins to beat again, but her eyesight is gone, and her body is partially paralyzed. In the hospital, when asked who the girls are, Cassie softly replies, "They're my family." The girls smile through tears, knowing she sacrificed everything for them. Though Cassie can no longer see, she tells them that her vision of the future is now stronger than ever. She foresees each of them as powerful heroes, fighting evil together and never losing. As they listen, Cassie shows them a vision. In it, the 3 girls stand tall in spider-like suits, moving gracefully through the web of life, while Cassie herself watches over them as Madam Web, protector of destinies. And with that final vision of hope and power, the story of Madam Web comes to a close.